Whether it's Parma ham or the Airbus A380, Europe makes things that the rest of the world wants to buy. That's the nature of trade, and it's hugely important to Europe's economic future. Trade policy decisions affect us in many ways: consumer choice, prices, quality, safety, standards, etc. Trade is also a vital bridge to other policy objectives, not only commercial, but also sustainable development goals like a better environment or higher safety standards in foreign factories. EU trade policy is successful because it's one of the areas where the Union speaks with one voice. Decisions are not made from an ivory tower. Citizens, business, and other stakeholders can all participate in the process. The European Commission's trade team has a regular dialogue with civil society before, during, and after deciding on trade policy or when negotiating agreements. This improves transparency and accountability. The Commission does not trade goods or services or favor certain industries. What it does do is set the best possible legal, economic and political environment so businesses can do their job better. Thanks to the single market, the EU is a trade superpower, but it needs to up its game to remain competitive. There is a lot riding on it. 30 million EU jobs depend on trade. In fact, trade is a powerful weapon against the economic crisis gripping Europe. Selling cars, medical instruments, cosmetics, turbines, brings in much-needed earnings, takes pressure off public finances, and even supports new inventions, technologies, and processes. Trade is an engine for growth. Each additional €1 billion of exports creates some 15,000 more jobs across the EU. But trade faces many hurdles: unnecessary red tape in countries outside the EU, slowing down the flow of goods, different product standards, and the dumping of products at artificially low prices, for example, because of subsidies. Luxury products, but also technical and industrial inventions coming from Europe need protecting from fakes. Some of our most creative sectors depend on it, and so do consumers whose safety, even health, may be put at risk. It's tempting to try to protect markets from competition, but that doesn't work. In order to export, you also need to import. And trade is the conveyor belt that links Europe to the new global growth centers. It's a unique source of productivity gains for Europe to tap. In the future, most worldwide growth is expected to be generated outside Europe, so today, it's critical to engage not just with major players such as the US and Japan, but also with emerging and dynamic economies like South Korea, India and Brazil. New trade agreements could boost EU output and create new jobs. Now you know why trade matters. It's a path to economic recovery. Trade policy shapes the legal, economic and political environment. It doesn't favor particular products, sellers or countries. The EU is an important player when it comes to trade, but in a competitive world, it must remain vigilant to make sure others play by the rules of the game. We need to combat issues such as counterfeiting and piracy. Having a dialogue with civil society and stakeholders is vital because trade policy affects everyone.